Welcome to The Finance Story. We are a leading digital publication that celebrates life in finance. I'm your host and editor, Vishal Krishna. Now, Indian CA firms are working with the best, they're great clients, and they can go global. We want to explore that aspect. Talking to me about that is Mr. Guruprasad, the founder and managing partner of Guru and Jana Chartered Accountants. He's a CA from the 1992 batch. He's a Bangalore boy. He's finished his graduation from Bangalore University. He's also done an executive MBA from the IMB. Mr. Guru, how are you? Good to see you.
Good to see you. I've been doing fabulous. Life has been beautiful.
It is beautiful indeed. In your firm, it's more than a 500-member firm. You've done it for the last 2 decades, and you built a great practice. Where did you start your education? And then and then I want to know about how you built your firm.
Came from Acharya Pathashala College. It's a college near NR Colony, really beautiful college. Those days we just had 3 hours of college. The rest of the time we were in the grounds, playing cricket and so on and so forth. But everything we just left it as a flow. We till very recently, maybe till I went to IIM, life was just a flow. Whatever comes in our way, we take. There was nothing that there is a strategy we have to do. We have to build something. We have to make it an organization. We just tell, okay, if I opened an office, if any client comes, I'll work. That is how we all started up. But the background was quite simple. One of my co-founders is an article in the same firm, Suresh and Company, where we both came from. And each of the partners, we are now 12 partners, around 11 practice leaders. It's an amazing story how each of us met. We met in the roads, we met in the airports, I met people in the queue. We met people unknown. I went to fight with a contractor and I found somebody. So it's a crazy life. And all the members we have just found like that. So every induction, I always sit with people and tell, okay, why did you come to Gurujana? How did you come? How did you come? How did you come? I trace back. And we realize that most of them just come through some network, some connect. We don't know what is the game. But when they come here, we tell, play your role as much as possible. So this was pretty much simple till 2009. Then 2009, I took a sabbatical, went to IIM, learned what is it. In fact, I remember the first day, there was a HR session and all were mostly executives from top end places like Hewlett Packard, or we had Honeywell guys. We had people from Manipal Group and representing companies. I was the only accountant. So they're being told, why should I give you a seat? I told, if you don't give me a seat, how do you build an organization? And so I don't know what happened. I had a professor whom I know. Somehow they got me. Today it's quite difficult to go into the executive. This was called an advanced management program. It's a lot of people apply, only few get. Somehow I got it. And first class I was there, they was talking about performance appraisal. What nonsense. What is this performance appraisal? Mera bet, mera khel. I can do what I want. What do you mean by performance appraisal? So that was the first time we heard something called there is a milestone, there is a vision, there is a mission. All was Greek and Latin too. So that is how we started, but that gave a lot of foundation. How do we build up processes? How do we build up teams?
And you scaled up very well. Our thesis at The Finance Story is to understand whether Indian CA firms can be the next big 4 firms. We're so used to these big 4. Yeah. So how and when will that happen? And why hasn't it happened so far?
Quite difficult to answer because still recently there were no large Indian firms. Even when we started engaging IIM Indore to do a survey, to find out, we had a vision that we have to be the top 20 firms in the country. So we started looking at the institute databases. We started looking and we fell upon many firms. Started in 1938, 1940, 1936. And none of them have grown. And they were all exceptional professionals. You cannot imagine the level of mindset they had, their brains in the taxation, accounting standard. It was outstanding. But that set us wondering, why is it there is not a single Indian firm with a reasonable size? Not that we are very big. When somebody was asking, you reached 500 recently, I told, we just started. But we were wondering, why is it such exemplary professionals have not been able to build a large firm? Why are we not able to build a big firm? So that has been a very large deliberation we have been undergoing. One reason we found out is most of the firms don't have a succession plan after Guru who. The second important element is none of us are outwardly people. We are extremely inwardly. Now, none of the firms are outwardly like the multinational firms trying to project themselves. And there is a whole lot of positioning. Now, for the same job, an MNC firm can charge 10 lakh of rupees, while the quality is as good as them. There's no doubt about it. There are some professionals who are outstanding. I don't think in my lifetime I'll reach them. But they charge 40,000 rupees.
Wow.
That was alarming. What was wrong with them? Their knowledge is Saraswati. It is flowing like no MNC can match their knowledge. None of us position ourselves like that. So that positioning is one largest thing we have to think. And the third aspect, which we have a little of a worry is, we are very, very happy as Guru and Jana, because once Guru and Jana became a little larger firm, many young firms have come up. In the last 10 years, at least I can identify in my known vicinity, more than 100 firms who have become 100 people within this 10 years. And those days, it was never in 2008 or 7, a 200 people firm was never heard of in domestic circles. But today, there are many. There are many, many firms. And it's such a joy to see the entire ripple effect, telling that, okay, one Gurujana is, we are just average professionals, no great knowledge. We just do the brick and mortar stuff, no new things, no artificial intelligence, no great taxation knowledge. But just do the same thing in a little more different way of a corporate setup. So there, in Bangalore alone, I can recount that today there are more than 10 firms or 20 firms in excess of 100, 200 people, and all are homegrown firms, all are first-time entrepreneurs. So that aspirational mindset is now coming, that could be there. Having said that, to match the size of a MNC firm is quite difficult right now. You take a E&Y, maybe 150, 200-year-old firm. I was discussing with a firm in Scotland. I'd been to visit them called Beavers and Soothers. It's almost a 170-year-old firm. I was just thinking, how do you guys manage? They were kind enough to show me how they do it, what is their method of succession, how do they carry forward the culture, how do they carry forward the brand, how do they carry forward the legacy. I think all of us, if we invest a little more, and frankly, at the end of the day, everybody in MNC is also an Indian CA. So it should happen. It may not happen in the next 5 years, definitely. But look at the way the things are getting consolidated. People are doing well. There are firms with 800 people. Even in Ahmedabad, I met one firm, fabulous firm, 900 people firm. So things are becoming very different. And to have an imagination that somebody could have 1,000 people firm in India was never heard 10 years back. But I see in the next 5 years, at least 10 of them coming out. And the next 10 years could be 20 of them.
Today, like you said, Indian firms are very inward looking, but can a CA, as an expert, as a strategic person, as a financial thinker, can they take Indian SMEs to a larger scale going forward? Because it's linked. If you guys grow, that means Indian economy is also growing and Indian firms are also becoming larger. Your
Absolutely.
thoughts on this?
Finance and money is as old as the mountains. The tricks of finance are only changing. The packages are changing. Earlier, we used to tell hard property is valued. Today, IP is valued. But valued is valued. So only the assets are changing. Financial conventions have been the same from hundreds of years. The standards are the same. Yeah, it may be very, very different in IFRS world as opposed to a regular accounting standards world. But in the net essence, honestly, it is just debit and credit getting projected in a different way. But what we can contribute as a finance fraternity is getting a lot more governance. Now, many a times I get so sad when the world talks a chartered accountant is involved in something wrong. I mean, we are 350,000 members of an extraordinary Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, one of the most globally noted bodies. And we are not known to be governance. We are not known to be, oh, this is the organization of trust. This is an organization of credibility. So I think if we can get that to the SME sector as finance professionals, get that dashboarding mechanism, get that policies which will keep the people clean, get the policies where we don't deal with wrong money. Every money is valuable money, and get it into a system where things are well defined. Maybe instead of being cute in finances and trying to give better instruments and trying to structure shareholding arrangements between Maldives, Mauritius, Papua New Guinea, or Isle of Man, it may be better to tell, can I just work on my balance sheet, get the cleanliness on this? Can I make it tidy? Can I make it more honest? Because today, trust is something which sells. And trust is the most powerful thing, and that requires branding is a little of a opposite thinking. So in case we can just contribute as a profession to the growth of the economy, if we can build that governance and credibility into this, so it's signed by a chartered accountant, go ahead blindly. They are the best in the country. If we can get that, a startup did not go anywhere. So it is signed by XYZ in NR Colony or Meerut or Pina or Chennai. If an investor can tell, oh, it's signed by a chartered accountant, it has to be of high standards. So that is where we can offer to the growth of the country. And if we become clean as a profession in the country, there is nothing to stop in the country. CA should bring in honesty in this ecosystem.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My last question is about diversity. How is your diversity hiring? We've gone beyond women, just we talk with the LGBTQ plus community. How is that important to you as a leader?
Yeah, I was speaking in one conference in Malta, and they were asking this question about diversity. I told honestly, we don't need to do anything in this country. We are 500 people. Possibly we have every class of economic strata in the office. We have close to 50% women in the leadership team and the entire organization. But we don't need to do anything. Our country itself is so diverse. In fact, at one point of time, we were working with in a Chennai-based organization run by one guy by name Balaji, a chartered accountant, also amazing guy. He was trying to get transgender to the mainstream. And we did explore, but we were happy to do it, but skill sets were the issue. Otherwise, we were very happy to do it. So I think I don't worry about, in fact, somebody had tweeted that Me Too movement happened.
Yeah, I remember.
Me Too movement. Yeah.
3 years ago,
I had
3-4
tweeted
years
at
ago.
that time, we had around 150 girls at that time, and it's such a beautiful family. We have not heard a bad incident from the day one till here. It's a 19 year of practice. Nobody complained. We don't even have to worry about diversity. It happens on its own.
No, that's so well said. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Guruprasad M, of course, founder and managing partner at Guru and Jana Chartered Accountants. Thank you so much, Mr. Guruprasad.
Thank you very much. Thank you.